This is wide. Oh wow. Let's just adjust it. Welcome to another video. Can you guess the lens? Oh my, this is so wide. Okay, so my search for a wide lens, I think, might have come to an end, and this is a real bargain, and I'm shooting in 4K on the Canon R6. I'm going to tell you what it is at the end of this video, but I'll tell you why I want a wide lens and what I've been looking for and what I've searched and the prices that range up and down and all those kind of things. Let's talk about this lens. Up until now, the widest lens I've ever had is this one, the 16mm Sigma on the crop sensor M50 Canon. Now with that, the crop 1.6 is like 25mm, so it's still not particularly wide. So I've gone for this lens that you're looking at now is 14mm with f-stop of 2.8 constantly. I'm going to say constantly throughout the zoom range, but there's no zoom. It is fixed prime lens, 14mm, f2.8, and quite frankly, it's amazing. Fun fact, I've actually owned this lens before the autofocus version when I first started doing YouTube and photography. It was renowned for being an astro lens, something you could take really good astrophotography photos with. And yeah, so I bought it back then. I didn't really get it. Well, let's be honest, my skill set at that point was quite limited, and I just couldn't use it with the manual focus, and it's difficult. It is fully manual focus. Now I've got a bit more experience with using a camera. I've got the Canon R6. I know how to use sort of focus peaking. I know how to use a magnifying glass to set focus before I actually start shooting a video. All those little tips and tricks that come in handy when it comes to shooting videos and photos, I now know, and I know how to use a camera. So with using a camera well and knowing how to hold it and knowing how to operate it properly comes the option of using manual lenses, and this is fully manual. The aperture is manual, the focus is manual, and I'm liking it. I used to be scared, I've got to be honest, I used to be scared of using a manual lens. I used to be scared of manual mode on the camera because it just confused me, but once you start using it every single day and you start taking photos with it, and just force yourself to use manual mode is my tip when it comes to starting photography or videography. I use manual mode on both now. It's just manual mode in video, manual mode in photography, and it just helps you. Before you know it, it's just second nature to you. You just get used to setting the settings. I use the meter quite a lot. Probably not the most professional way to use. There are other ways of doing it, but if the meter's in the middle, I know my exposure is sort of okay. And yeah, there are different metering modes. I'm still learning about those, but yeah, this looks fantastic. Anyway, I wanted a wide lens for the Canon that wasn't extortionate. The 15-45 RF is just like, well, I'd have to sell a kidney to get it, quite frankly. So that just wasn't an option. I've been looking around for manual focus. Obviously, manual focus is cheaper because you haven't got that automated autofocus system in there, which costs extra to manufacture and extra to sell. So we've gone for manual focus. And for these sort of situations, just talking to the camera is perfect. And for photography, using manual focus isn't as scary as you think, because you've obviously got that magnifying glass option to zoom in 10 times and you can sort of focus directly. Even with photography, maybe even manual focus is a lot more accurate when it comes to just sort of landscape sort of photography that I take, and maybe the odd bit of street photography. So you get practice with it, you get quicker, and yeah, this is it. I think it looks fantastic. I wanted a wide angle lens for the studio because I'm only in a small space. If you don't know it, if you're new to this channel, subscribe and press the bell for one. And two, I'm literally in my garage that I've sort of in the middle of converting into a YouTube studio, and I'm limited. I'm literally this far away from the camera. I would say half a meter, if that. and this lens gives you that option of just being really close to you, have the microphone right above. Literally the microphone is there, and it's just out of frame, so you can, the audio's good as well. I'm close to the camera, I can see the LCD, which is a problem sometimes because the LCD is quite small on these modern cameras. Sometimes you need a field monitor, and that's just an extra cost, an extra setup, an extra thing I don't have to do. I'm so close to the camera, I can see the LCD, I can see I'm in focus, I can see I'm in the frame, and I probably need to be down a little bit. I'm so wide. The idea is when the studio's done, I'm gonna have a table here, you have this camera set up there, and it'll be low and you'll be able to see the whole table, all the products on it, and it'd be nice and wide. You'll still see me in shot. At the moment with the 35mm, I'm quite close, you can't see what's in front of me, you can't see anything else apart from my face. Yeah, we're going manual, we're going manual mode, we're going wide. That's what we're doing. Yes, we are. So this lens, okay, this lens, the great reveal is you probably already guessed it. You've guessed it, haven't you? Let me take a sip of coffee before I tell you. This lens is the Samyang, or Rokinon, depending on where you are in the world, 14mm f1.8 manual focus lens. Like I said, it's renowned with astrophotographers because you can set it to infinity, and you need to learn all that. And it's a really good lens. It's wide. It's got a fast aperture of f2.8, but not the fastest, but still enough to blur out the background a little bit. And it's got that sort of aspheric, that's not a word. It's got that bulbous lens, so you can't use ND filters with it, which isn't really a problem if you're shooting photography because you just stop it down. I've learned that lately, that don't be scared to stop down your photos. And it's got the fixed lens hood on it. It's relatively light and well built because it's not got that autofocus motor inside. They can spend more time and spend a bit more quality on the mount. For instance, is metal, and the focusing ring is really nice and smooth, if not quite a long shot on it, so it takes a little turning. But it's a beautiful lens, and the quality of it, the image quality coming out of it, looks pretty damn good, to be honest. I hope I'm in focus. Am I in focus? So that's it, the Samyang 14mm. That is the lens I've gone for. I can't afford something thousands and thousands of pounds at the moment for the R6, so this is the option I've gone with for the time being. I hope you like it. Let me know what your favourite lens is down there, wide lens wise. If you like the look of this, let me know in the description down below. Subscribe to the channel because loads of cool stuff coming up, like new products. We do talking videos like this quite often. We do tech reviews quite often, phone cases. We've got some earphones from Ugreen coming up. We've got some new microphones to review. We've got loads of new phone cases. We've got lights from Melanzi. What else have we got? I don't know, we've got loads of stuff. We've got a Tech is Hard podcast channel where all that stuff's going to be given away at some point. Not all of it, but some of it. There's going to be big giveaways on there, so check us out, the Tech is Hard podcast as well. Just wanted to make this video. I'm excited about my new lens. Okay, right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you on the next one with the new 14mm 2.8. Ooh. Okay, see you soon, guys. Bye.